If you're just a residential agent who does it all, oh, I do it all, I can do anything. You could, but at what level? Can you do it at the highest level? You're not going to use an immigration attorney for divorce issues. You're not going to use a divorce attorney for a personal injury case. I use the best tools, but the relationships are years in the game, and they might share with me something that's off the market. That's the other thing. Like, this is just a tool. You can get good at this, but then to pick up the phone to a shopping center owner, developer, or operator and ask them, hey, what do you have in the pipeline coming, turning over or coming available that I could take a look at first? And I have some of the best relationships in order to perform. I'm not going to tell you that I do it all. I'm not going to tell you that I can find you a duplex for a great deal. Like, I don't do any residential. Like, I'm not that guy. But I will find you high quality retail and restaurant sites. I will find you the perfect warehouse building for your business. I will find you a warehouse where you can occupy one, put 10% down, and then rent out the other one. I'll find you the perfect scenario for your business or your restaurant at the highest level, like I said. And most of these deals come from relationships, not just from me going on what anyone can go on. It's probably just looking on LoopNet like a madman, and going for leads and typing this shit. Restaurants. Let's see what pops up on the market. But when somebody tells me they're looking for something, the first thing I do is I call major shopping center owners. Like, when you go and pull into, depending on the density, they could be closer. Alrighty. So a lot of people might not really understand what are the differences between a commercial real estate agent and a primarily residential real estate agent. If they both have their license, they both can call on the property. What does it matter if I choose the resi agent versus the commercial agent if they can both make the call and get the job done? Well, when it comes to sophisticated site selection, if you're, for example, a local chain or a franchise, sophisticated and nuanced. So the tools I have at my disposal as a commercial agent, I would say, enable me to do higher level site selection and better analysis to find the best sites possible. So what's an example of that? Well, let's start from here. I have a client that has a franchise. They are the franchisor. They're the owner of the franchise. They're not the franchisee. But it doesn't matter, even if they were the franchisee. I have a little tool that I use. Main shopping center owners in all of LA and San Fernando Valley and OC, and make a call and see what people have that are off the menu, off the market, called CoStar. Now, residential agents might say, I have CoStar. And it doesn't just come down to using this tool. We're going to get into some other things. But it's my level of expertise on this platform. So we're going to go to layers. Then we're going to go to retail. Add specific tenant name. So here's my client. So I want to identify all of the stores that my client has in a certain region. This tool allows me to look at all the stores that they have and then put 3-mile radiuses on all of the stores, so that I'm not looking at sites that are too close to their other stores. This client wants to be by college campuses. A main customer of his is a certain young demographic of kids who like buffalo wings. So what I'm going to do is use my tool here, and it's going to show me all of the stores the client has. Then I'm going to go to radius, 3 miles. Next one. See what I mean? Next one. He has a lot of stores in southern LA and looks like North OC. Retailers or franchises usually like to be 3 to 5 miles away from stores. So you have to know these little things. And of course you can ask, but if you don't at least have this knowledge, you don't know where to start. And I would say that a less sophisticated broker who doesn't only specialize in restaurants or retail or shopping centers, a Sprouts or any grocery market, a Vons, like that huge 100,000 square foot shopping center that you drive into, I call the guys that own that entire shopping center. And I just call a few of them, be like, hey, I got this franchise. Like, what do you got? You can't replicate that in a day. You can learn this pretty quickly. Because I do what I do at the highest level, and I'm always trying to get better. But Mrs. LoopNet, shit, restaurant. Let's see what pops up. So with that said, my point is that I do this at the highest level, and I have some of the best relationships in order to perform for my clients. So it really does matter who you use. So choose the right specialist.